So in the event that the dollar does move higher to, let's call it 104, which DMARC wave count suggests, which seems a bit high to me, but nevertheless, this would unlock that corrective period.
Which is looking like August into September, maybe. We don't know the length of it yet.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying in MIT, the next move in the dollar is going to tell us everything that we need to know about, the ISM.
Which sets us up for phase 3 of the banana zone. So phase 2 correction would be this. If it continues to trend sideways or a little bit stronger, that would be a corrective phase when everyone starts thinking it's all over, we'll give up now. And then we should get phase 3, which is the final leg in the dollar, potential leg lower in rates, and the more speculative frenzy that comes at the last part of this.
Raoul Pal is extremely excited for the next phase in the banana zone, as he calls it. Basically, when M2 starts to absolutely explode, and we see that 8 to 12 week lead kind of start to show for Bitcoin, which then eventually comes to altcoins. Some people say it's 6 weeks, some people say it's 8 weeks, some people say it's 12 weeks. What I'll tell you guys is based off of this chart right here that I'm showing you right now, the 12-week lead seems to be the most accurate. There's a bottoming zone right here, and this is generally for the phase 2, and then you can see it more or less catapults back up. A really nice correlation that you can see between Bitcoin and, of course, the M2. Now, generally speaking, XRP will lag even just a little bit further behind Bitcoin. Sometimes it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so on. That's normally referred to as the altcoin season, because during that period of time, Solana, other cryptos go absolutely crazy as well. Now, I am personally extremely excited for this bottom zone right here, because it's going to present some insane opportunities, in my view, to open up certain positions with a little bit of leverage, not high leverage, but a little bit of leverage to get access to potentially life-changing amounts of gains. We saw this in November and December. People in my Crypto Crusaders group literally changed their life. I had people tell me that they made millions of dollars in my Discord group, and I'm hoping that this will actually happen again. And so that's what I'm preparing for. But I want to dive deeper into some of the more recent statements that Raoul Pal made, because he's essentially talking about a 15x moment. And I mean, if XRP goes up 15x, it goes to $30 per coin, I think we can all agree we're going to be pretty happy. So let's get into that, and then I'll provide some more information about what I'm doing, because frankly, I have a lot of awesome insights as well into just, my trading journey and history, and we'll get to that soon. Hit that like button. Let's hear what Raoul Pal has to say.
The only thing that we really need to cover is that basically things are now going according to plan. And this is not updated from yesterday, because during the presentation, 2 of the regional PMIs came out. We're still waiting for Chicago tomorrow. But if we just take all the others and you put them into this chart, this white line is significantly higher. So the rebound that we were expecting, as I showed you yesterday, Dallas came in stronger than expected. This is all going. Remember when I was calling?
Yeah, why this matters, right? This is the driver of alt season. This is the driver of a lot of things. This whole ISM pickup story, which everyone's been wrong-footed on, because everyone was like, "No, it's going to go to zero. We're going to have a recession. It's awful," and we've been saying the opposite.
Yeah, and so all this data is just beats, and so now SESI's exploding higher. Now we have to reprice stronger growth momentum, right? So I think that this is really positive, and obviously this is just heading higher into the summer months. Not going to go over financial conditions, but I think the only 2 charts we really need to talk about, or that we probably care to talk about. By the way, it's so funny. Look at this. This is GMI financial conditions versus Trueflation. I'd been saying that the numbers are going to bottom. Then I got the email from the head guy there. What's his name?
Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan. And he sent, this was on the 20th, so this was last Tuesday. And look what he says. Inflation is climbing. So the craziest thing about this is that, well, who needs Trueflation if you've got GMI financial conditions?
Now, financial conditions is bond yields, the dollar, and essentially oil or major.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's commodities. So basically, what I did is it's a regression basically on the ISM, and then I put it on other things. But you have to take the basket of commodities, so oil, copper. But what you do is you regress on the residuals of the regression to avoid multicollinearity. So it's several different commodities, but some are weighted more heavily than others, and oil is one of those.
Now, it came off a lot, right?
Yeah, it came up. And so what's interesting about that, I was looking at it this morning, is that we have the same chart versus Bitcoin, right? 3 month on 3 month. So the 3-month rate of change, which is not in this pack. But that top point there, or the high, is actually August. This is not, global M2 here is not updated for the dollar's recent move higher. And I actually think the dollar may head a little higher here. I'll show you that chart in a second. But if that's right, then this top bit in global M2 will come lower and should set us up for that corrective phase, which that other chart also matches. And as I pointed out in MIT,
but financial conditions leads M2, right?
Financial conditions leads M2, but here you're talking about the rate of change versus, remember, it was that whole thing of the everything code dominoes. There's a bit of a difference in the lead versus rate of change versus outright. And so basically what here they would line up to say around August, we should see something, but we have to see, right? It really depends on what the dollar is doing. Because if I just shift,
but we're expecting financial conditions to continue to ease, right? Because we think there's another leg lower in the dollar. We think rates either stay flat or move lower.
Yeah. So we're coming lower. Obviously, yesterday we moved a little bit higher, but I think that ultimately the trend's lower. But I also think over the next, if we look at the dollar here, right? I mean, we've counted down to wave 5 and we had a 913.9. And this is basically where you and I were like, this is going to go higher. Then it came lower and then we unlocked a wave 2, or now we've unlocked a wave 3 of potentially 5 higher. I don't know if that plays out, but you can see that the counts are all stacking up here pretty heavily. So in the event that the dollar does move higher to, let's call it 104, which DMARC wave count suggests, which seems a bit high to me, but nevertheless, this would unlock that corrective period,
which is looking like August into September. Maybe we don't know the length of it yet.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying at MIT, the next move in the dollar is going to tell us everything that we need to know about, the ISM, when that peaks out, everything else. But I think whether this goes higher or not over the medium term, not even medium term, I should say over the short term, we still think it goes lower. The other thing I was just going to point out,
which sets us up for phase 3 of the banana zone. So phase 2 correction would be this. If it continues to trend sideways or a little bit stronger, that would be a corrective phase when everyone starts thinking it's all over, we'll give up now. And then we should get phase 3, which is the final leg in the dollar, potentially a leg lower in rates, and the more speculative frenzy that comes at the last part of this.
So yeah, pretty much according to Raoul and his friend here, we're looking at July to August based off of the current information we have, for this rally to really start picking up steam, at least in the crypto market, right? For Bitcoin, for some of the altcoins, yeah, July to August. That does align a lot with my thesis on how I'm looking for things right now. I do think that the next couple of weeks here in June are actually going to present a really great buying opportunity. And so that's what I'm personally preparing for. I'm buying every single major red day. You've been seeing this on the charts and how I've been behaving. I mean, here's just a couple examples. I bought. I actually recently made another purchase just today, and we're doing pretty good on that trade, up 4% on that. I sold up here, almost caught the top there. We're doing really, really well. And so, yeah, I am anticipating some more moves down, and so I'm going to be ready to buy some more when that does happen. And I want to make sure that you guys watching us also just have access to that information, just so you can see, so you can get multiple different viewpoints and analysis on the market, which I provide completely for free, no cost to you guys. All I ask is you sign up and join the Discord, obviously, to get access to the information, and sign up to one of my partnered affiliate exchange links, which actually gives you amazing bonuses on top of that. Instant access, no VPN, no KYC, up to $8,000 in bonuses with Bitunix. BTCC gives a large deposit bonus of 10%, up to $10,000 there, as you can see. That goes towards your trading fees. So really awesome bonuses that you really can't get anywhere else. And then on top of that, you get access to our awesome community, our Discord, our Telegram, once you've completed the steps and you submit your information in my little form right here to validate that you did sign up and deposit on the exchange. And yeah, my members are absolutely loving it. We just recently posted a number of trade wins on one of the recent trades that I did make. You can see all those trades here. I'll scroll through them for you. Some huge wins. I mean, some people use more leverage than I do, and they make more money as a result of that, but they also take on more risk. You can see, all these people, they look at my trades, they gather that information, they make their own choices at the end of the day, because I'm not providing financial advice. They all know that. I'm just sharing my information. And you guys can get access to all of this as well if you want to join in to get similar gains to these guys. We just opened this channel yesterday, and obviously people are going crazy. Here you can see June 16th right here, just opened up. These are all wins from yesterday and today. So absolutely incredible. If you guys want to get into Crypto Crusaders, to be part of this awesome community of people that are just killing it in the crypto space, well, be my guest. Link is down below. I'll see you guys in the Discord or the Telegram, whichever one you guys are going to join into. And yeah, best of luck on your trading journey, guys. Let's keep it going. Peace out.